Hey guys, welcome back to Bold is Fit, day 2 of Match Fit, the 11-day home workout series with the Phantom Boss, and that's Coach Mogambo. Are you ready? As we mentioned yesterday, we've tweaked with the format a little bit. We've introduced the warm-up round, which we call as stretch, and then we move on to shred, which is for 3 rounds, and then finally we move on to sweat, which we have 2 different circuits for 3 rounds each. So Coach Mogambo is going to start leading with the warm-up, and this is what you have in store. The first warm-up routine is a seal jack, which you will do for 40 seconds. That's a seal jack, and then you move on to shoulder circles. Nice, warming up those shoulders before you get started, and then moving into a bent over T-spine rotation. This is something new that we've added, similar to what we did yesterday with the lunge rotations or the world's greatest stretch. Here, you just need to bend over and move your T-spine side to side. From there, we move on to the next workout, which is the gorilla stretch. Again, something that we used yesterday to stretch out your hamstrings. And finally, we move to the glute bridge. For 40 seconds, down and up, squeeze your glute, push your hip as high as you can, and bring it down slowly. All right, we're doing 2 rounds of this before we move on to the workout. All right, guys, let's start with stretch. 40 seconds of each movement for 2 rounds, no breaks. And your time starts now with seal jacks. For 40 seconds, make sure to breathe in and breathe out. I want you to completely warm up before you go in for the main workout, or else you're gonna find it really hard. 15 seconds up, we have 25 more to go. Coach Mogambo is beasting it. So like I said earlier, this entire 11 days, the warm-up is gonna be done by Coach Mogambo, and the workout's gonna be done by me, because like Mogambo mentioned, I put on a lot of weight over the last 3 months, and it's time to get back in shape. You have 8 more seconds before you move into your T-spine rotations, your shoulder circles. In 3, 2, 1, go! Shoulder circles, this may look and seem like it's very easy, but trust me guys, that'll leave your shoulder burning. But trust me, do the workout, do these warm-up routines before you start lifting. 15 seconds up. You can also alternate that forward and then back. So maybe 20 seconds forward circles and 20 seconds reverse circles. Keep going for another 15 seconds. How are you feeling? Shoulders fine? Feeling any burn? Nothing too easy for you? He's just taking time out to rest. And change, let's go. Bent over T-spine rotation. From there, guys, make sure to keep your knees locked out. So when you do the rotation, you will feel a little bit on your hamstring and your upper body as well. All right, work that spine rotation, breathe in and breathe out. Might seem easy, but it's not. But it's very important that you start doing these routines before you work out. Having said that, 20 seconds done. We have 20 more to go. For some people, the warm-up might be the workout, but don't fret. Slow and steadily, you will pick up the pace and you will eventually beast it over the next 11 days. And change. Let's go. Gorilla squats or deep squat to hamstring stretch. There's multiple names for each and every exercise, so don't get confused if we come up with a different name and you're not aware of it, but you're aware of the exercise, which is completely normal. 20 seconds down, 20 more to go. Try and lock your knees out. Feel that stretch around your hammies. You have 12 more seconds, Mogambo. In 8 seconds, we move on to glute bridges. Again, I need you to do this in a very timely and controlled manner. Let's go, buddy. Move on to glute bridges. For 40 seconds, make sure you squeeze your glutes, push your hips as high as you can, and bring it down slowly before you thrust your hip back up again. All right, for 40 seconds. We're already done with 10. We have 30 more to go before the end of round number 1 of stretch. And then we have another one. Keep going. 15 more seconds to go before we end round number 1. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and change. Stand up. Let's go seal jacks for 40 seconds. Second round of stretch. No breaks between sets. Once you finish the warm-up, we'll give you a 30-second breather for you to sip your water. Get ready for shred. Nice and easy. That's 20 seconds up with 20 more to go. "15 more seconds remaining." How's it going? It's easy, right? 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go shoulder circles for 40 seconds. Like I said, you can alternate that with reverse circles for 20 seconds and then forward circles for 20 seconds. Make sure to get a nice burn around your shoulders. Keep your elbows completely locked out, thumbs facing up. You can also do 20 seconds with your thumbs facing down. We'll get to that over the next couple of days. For 10 more seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Gorilla squats. Oh, sorry. Alternate bent over T rotations, guys. I'm sorry. Keep going for 40 seconds. Make sure to breathe out and breathe in. "20 more seconds. 10 more seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, let's go. Gorillas. Let's bring out the gorillas, buddy. Come on. For 40 seconds. Nice. Push your hamstrings out. Push your knees out. Get your hamstrings stretched. And nice into a deep squat. Push hips all the way up. Keep going, buddy. You have 20 more seconds. 15 more seconds remaining. Excellent. Make sure your feet's firmly planted on the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go. Glute bridges one last time. Nice and easy. Squeeze your glutes, push your hips all the way up, slowly drop it back down, and then thrust all the way up again. Alright, the drop down has to be controlled. Make sure your glutes and hammies are on fire. If it's not, it's fine. Maybe you're just used to it. Just because it doesn't hurt, that doesn't mean it's working or not working. Keep going. We have another 10 seconds remaining. Going, buddy. Nice and easy. In 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's the end of stretch. I'll give you a 30-second breather before I take over for shred. Go get your water. Keep your towel next to you because it's gonna be tiring.
Alright, now that we are done with the warm-up in the sweat round, we move on to the next bit, which is called the shred. 4 exercises, 40 seconds, back-to-back, 3 rounds, no breaks in between. Keep your towel and water bottle next to you so that you do not have to walk around to get a break in, alright? And the first exercise is MMA push-up. You got to be on your elbows and get onto a high plank. After that, we get into a reverse crunch, lie on your back. Got to make sure that you get your chest as close as you can to the knee. And post which, we move on to prisoner get-ups. So you got to be on your knees and then get into a squat and get up, alternate leg. And the last one is a side-to-side lunge. So you got to make sure that you move from one end to the other. And this is all to be done in 40 seconds round, back to back 3 rounds, alright? So if you're ready, we're ready. And Phantom Boss, are you ready? Alright, so let's start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 40 seconds of MMA plank alternated. If you are struggling with this particular exercise with your knees up, what you gotta do is keep your knees down, right? You could do a 20 seconds with your knees up, 20 seconds with your knees down. But you gotta make sure that you last the entire 40 seconds. The whole deal is to just move along with Phantom Boss the entire round. If you can't do either of it, just stay in a plank at the end. Breathe in, because after that we gotta move on to the next bit. So keep it going. Phantom Boss is sore today. He's worked out after 3 months, 90 days. So he's taken up this 11-day challenge with the match fit. If you haven't worked out before, what you gotta do is take this challenge up as well and change. You move on to reverse crunch. Gotta make sure that you get your knees as close as you can to the chest. You could either of it do whatever you could to get your chest up. If you can't, you could just brace, like what Phantom Boss is doing right now. He's just trying to brace his core, trying to feel his abdominals crunch. So just work on that. If that is easy, then what you gotta do is just get your knees up and then start getting your chest as close as you can to the knees, right? Choose your movements well, because you gotta do it for 40 seconds. We've got 10 more seconds of this particular exercise left, and then we move on to prisoner get-ups. And in 3, 2, 1, and change. Let's go. Start with your hands on your head and bring an alternate leg forward and get up. You gotta keep doing this for 40 seconds. Again, no break. This works heavily on your glute and your quads while you try to keep your upper back straight and nice. Look forward, your vision needs to be straight up, and breathe every time you've moved. So inhale and bring your leg forward, exhale and go up, right? Synchronize your breathing with the movement and it just gets easier. We've got 5 more seconds and then we move to side lunges. And 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Change. The whole idea here is to make sure that the entire weight of the body is on the leg that's flexing, right? The other leg needs to be as straight as you can. So lock your knees out and keep moving side to side. Again, works on the outside of your glutes, your quads, hamstring. Try to keep your chest as upright as you can. Try to look straight, the vision always forward. Keep it going. You've got another 15 more seconds to get done with the first round. Then we move on to the round number 2 and 3. There's no break, guys, so be prepared to go on to the next exercise immediately. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. MMA planks. It only gets tougher, but what you gotta do is not stop. Stay in elbow plank if you want to, stay in high plank if you want to. Drop your knees down if you'd want to, but what you can't do right now is stop, right? Nobody stops. Stay and breathe, because the next one's gonna take away the entire resistance from your shoulder and we move on to abdominals. So you'll get enough time to recover on your shoulder. We've got another 10 more seconds. Hold it there. Just watch Phantom Boss do this particular exercise and just follow him. That's all you gotta do. Just watch and follow. He is pacing it out really well. And in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Reverse crunch for 40 seconds. Pace it out, guys. The whole key here is that you pace the entire workout out. Do not rush into it. Do not be excited, because I know a lot of people would have started their fitness journey yesterday and they're all into about, oh, I'm gonna work out. But what you gotta do is pace it, because day 3 and day 4 only gets tougher because your recovery is not as great as it used to be or would have been without the workout. So focus on hydrating yourself, focus on eating well, sleeping enough. And we've got 10 more seconds to move to prisoner get-ups. And that would be in 5, 4, 3, 2, and let's go. On your knees, hands on your head, and alternate it, right? So you try getting up with one leg, taking up the entire load of the body. Guys, a lot of people have the tendency when they're sitting on the floor, when they get up, they use their hands on the knee, they push, they take support. But this exercise is to help them get there, that they start getting up from the floor without using their hands on other objects or on the knee to get up. You guys are not old. You guys have enough strength. You guys have enough resistance taking capability in your body. The mechanics are really good. What you got to do is just use them well. All right. On that note, you've got 5 more seconds to move on to the next exercise. And And let's go. Bro, we've got side to side lunges. Phantom Boss somehow wants to skip one entire routine, but that's not what he can do because he thinks that it slipped my mind. No, buddy. I'm just playing silent and calm so that I test you for your grades. A lot of people, I'm sure, cheat on reps. Don't be a Phantom Boss. Don't skip an entire exercise.
We have seconds.
Keep it going, keep it going. All right, all right, all right. We've got good 10 more seconds to go before we wrap this round up. We're done with 2 rounds. We've got 1 more round, guys. Come on, I know it's getting a little more tougher and the resistance is getting a little more harder, but you gotta keep working out. And change. Let's go, MMA planks. Let's shift the focus towards the shoulders now. One last time for this round. After this, we get a break. We give you a break of 40 seconds and then we move to the next. Then we move to the next round, which is sweat part 1 and sweat part 2. Keep it going, keep it going. Don't stop, buddy. Hold on to the plank. Hold on to doing the push-ups on the knee, but we do not really want anybody to be on the floor resting, right? On that note, we've got 5 more seconds to go. And 3, 2, 1, and start. Let's go. Alternate leg, prisoner get up. Gotta make sure that you do not use your hands to get up off the floor. That's the whole idea. Do not get off the floor using another object or using your hands. You've got your legs to get up, work on that mobility, work on the strength and get up, right? We are 25 seconds into this exercise and halfway into the round. We've got 10 more seconds to go. Let's keep going. 5, 4, 3, and move. We've got reverse crunches. Lie down on the floor and yep. Bring your chest close to your knee. Bring your chest close to your knee and keep it going, keep it going. Don't stop, don't stop. You could probably brace if getting your chest off the floor is difficult or getting your lower back or upper back off the floor is difficult. What you gotta do is brace that core muscle, work on those abdominals. Keep it going, come on. 15 more seconds to go. Breathe in, go down, breathe out and come up. Hold your breath there on the top for a second so you can isolate those abdominals for a bit more. Keep it going. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and we move on to the last bit of today's workout for shred, which is the side to side lunges for 40 seconds. And here we are. After this, we get a good 40 seconds break, so I do not want anybody to stop in between. Keep it going, keep it moving side to side. Keep your knees locked up the leg that's straightened out. The entire weight of the body needs to be on the leg that's flexed or bent rather. Keep your chest up. Neutral spine, guys, neutral spine. Try to look straight up, chest facing forward. Don't stop, keep it going. After this, we get a nice break coming your way. So what you could do is get some water quickly and we move on to the next part of the workout, which is sweat. We've got 2 rounds in sweat, which is part A and part B. Between the 2 parts, we got a good 30 seconds to 40 seconds break and stop. That's the end of the round shred. We will come back after a quick break to complete sweat part 1 and then we take a break again and complete sweat part 2. Hydrate, guys. The focus right now is hydration because suddenly the temperatures are soaring high and I'm sure you're sweating it a lot. So make sure you are sipping on to water at all point in time. Do not chug in 1 sip at a time, right? You do not want your stomach to hurt or feel uneasy while you're working out. now that we are done with the shred, we move on to the next part of the workout, which is called sweat. The sweat's got two parts in it, part 1 and part 2. The first part's got 4 exercises, 40 seconds, back-to-back 3 rounds. It's gonna take you approximately around 7.5 minutes to finish the entire part 1. Then we take a minute break and then move on to the part 2, which has got 3 exercises, back-to-back 3 rounds. So that's again a 5-minute round. So overall, it's a 12.5 minute sweat round. So Phantom Boss, are you ready? Are you hydrated? Are you ready to take over the next bit of the workout? So easy. Just what you gotta do is just follow what he does. The first exercise is a wide stand squat. You gotta make sure that you go wider than your usual squat. And after that, we've got single leg hip thrusters or hip bridge. Lie on your back, one leg in the air, and the entire weight is on the heel of the foot, and push the heel into the ground and lift your hips up. Gotta make sure that you work on your glute muscles. After that, move on to the third exercise, which again focuses a lot on abdominals, which is hollow rock. Again, you gotta be balancing the entire weight of your body on like a seesaw on the tailbone. And then we move on to the last bit of the workout, which is again single leg hip bridge, but on the other side. So 4 exercises back to back, and let's get started in 3, 2, 1, and wide stand squat coming up for 40 seconds. This is Bold is Fit, Match Fit, 11-day home workout program with Phantom Boss and Coach Mugambo. Keep it going. 15 seconds up into the workout. We've got another good 25 more seconds to go. Keep it going. Guys, do not force depth in the squat. What we want you to do is make sure that get a comfortable depth. Do not push yourself to sit down, but because 2 things can happen. You'll either tear a muscle or tear your shorts. Tear your shorts still is affordable, not your muscle, right? And change. Let's move on to the next bit, which is single leg hip bridge. Pick a leg up. So Phantom Boss has chosen to do it on the left. So 40 seconds of hip bridging on the left leg. If you want to see if you're really activating your glute muscles, the right muscles, you want to make sure that you do not feel it on your lower back, all right? And the second thing is to make sure that you tap onto your glute muscles to see if it's fully activated, fully contracted. You got to make sure that your glutes are fully contracted and like a stone. Ideally, it needs to be heavily contracted, and the feeling needs to be like a stone, so you know that it's fully functional and activated. And in 3 seconds, we move on to hollow rocks, and let's change. This is the actual version of hollow rock. If you are struggling to do this or struggling to find balance, what you got to do is just brace. You could do the bracing also with your legs in the air, right? Or you can move on to the actual version. You got to pick what you got to do. You got to make sure your knees are straight. If that is a struggle, then bend your knees slightly. There's always a progression and a regression to a particular workout. You just got to find your sweet spot where you think you can last for the 40-second mark. All right, we've got another 10 more seconds to go. Keep it going. And after this, we move on to single leg hip bridge on the other side, which is right leg for Phantom Boss. And change. If you want to make this a little more difficult, make sure the other leg is straightened out to a 90 degree on your hip and your elbows are off the floor and on your chest, right? So the entire weight right now will be on the glute muscles on the heel. If you want to make it easy a little, if you're not able to find the balance, you're swaying left to right, just drop your elbows down and make sure that you brace your core and lift your hip up. Again, you got to make sure that the glute muscles are firing well and fine. To check that, just tap your muscles and see if they're fully contracted. And every time you bring your hips down, inhale and exhale and project your hips up all the way. And 5 more seconds to go, and we move on to the next round in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Round number 2, wide stand squat. Pull your shorts up and sit down. Keep it going. Don't stop. To make your wide stand squat a little more easier, you gotta make sure your toes are pointing away from you as much as you can. The more you point them away, the better. But also with that, you gotta make sure your knees point towards your toes. So don't let your knees come in and your toes go out. That's gonna hurt you again, right? So toes and your knees in the same line. Look at these cues, guys. You can fix yourself. You do not need like somebody standing right in front of you to help you do these things. You just gotta listen to the cues well and understand, visualize, and do it well, right? Another 5 more seconds to the wide stand squat, and then we move on to the next bit, which is the single leg hip bridge on the left leg. In 3, 2, 1, and change. Let's go. All the way up. Phantom Boss has chosen to do the right leg this time. And then we move to the left one. And then we move on to the third round for sweat part 1. Post 90 days, Phantom Boss is working out. He's not making no noise like how he would last time, the last episode. If you want to see how he behaves while he's working out, when he's in his full elements, he's a different person. But since he's making a comeback into this world of working out, he's being calm and composed, waiting for the 11th day and the next series to show who's the boss. And change, let's go. Hollow rocks for 40 seconds. Keep it going. He's not even making an eye contact, which he usually loves doing. Keep it going, keep it going. We've got another 20 more seconds of hollow rock remaining for round number 2, and then we move on to the third round. Come on, come on, come on, buddy. You can choose an easier version if you'd want to, if you're struggling. Keep your knees down and just brace. Last 4 seconds, and then we move to single leg hip thruster on the left leg in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. All the way up. Squeeze your glutes, hold there for a second, and bring it down slowly and exhale and up. Alright? Keep that focus on. Focus on the movement of your hip. Focus on the muscles you want to engage. Don't worry about the number of reps you pull in because it's a time-based workout. It's all about spending that amount of tension on your muscle for the entire time duration. Not about the reps. Nobody is competing on reps. It's all about lasting through the tension through the entire time period. Last 10 seconds to go. 10 more seconds and we would be done with the round number 2 and we move to wide stand squat. 5, 4, 3, and change. Let's go. Turn it around, and this is the third round for sweat part 1. We've got another 2.5 minutes to go, and then you get a break for a minute. Phantom Boss clearly needs a break today. Been very silent. Seconds up, 20 more seconds to go. The last time we did a 21-day series, Phantom Boss ate apple cake every time he worked out. I think that's missing from his life. Should we bring it back? No?
More apple cake the next 3 months.
Now only apple for Phantom Boss, no cake. And change. Let's go. Single leg bridging for 40 seconds. Keep it going. Come on. All the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Chest to chin, that's the kind of extension we're looking at when you do hip bridges. You got to make sure that your chest comes in contact with your chin. So you got to extend it as up as you can. 20 more seconds for this one to get done, and then move to hollow rocks for 40 seconds. Keep it going. Last 5 seconds. Pretty much a good round for Phantom Boss. And change. We've got hollow rocks coming up for 40 seconds, and we've got hip bridging on the other leg for another 40, and then we would take a break for a minute and come back for the second part of the workout. 3 rounds, 40 seconds, 3 exercises, a pretty small one, but it's got a lot of animal movements today. So brace your core and shoulder because some good amount of animal holds coming up your way for the next round. 10 more seconds, buddy. Keep it going, keep it going. Don't stop, don't stop. Yeah, just keep bracing, keep bracing. You gotta keep moving. 3, 2, 1, and turn it around. The last bit of this round is the single leg hip bridge for 40 seconds, and let's go. Keep it going. We've got 35 more seconds. Breathe in, exhale, and inhale. You gotta make sure that the breathing does not stop. Inhale and go down, exhale, immediately explode into a hip extension and hold there for a second. Breathe out and again come down slowly and explode out in a exhale. Last 10 seconds to go. After that we take a quick break for a minute, and then we come back to the next bit of the workout. And that's the end. That's the end of part 1. Quickly get yourself some water, wipe the sweat off, shake it off a little and come back in 30 seconds. Alright, welcome back, and this is the part 2 of the sweat round for day 2 match fit coming up. And the 3 exercises are, the first one's high knees. So it's a high intensity round, guys, so you gotta sweat it out. And after this we do squat jumps. Yeah, just hop it up. You could get explosive in this, but you just stick to just hopping. And the last one is bear crawl to high plank. So you gotta start off with a bear crawl stance and then move on to the plank stand. 40 seconds back to back, 3 rounds. It's a 6-minute round, no breaks in between. All right, let's get going in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. High knees for 40 seconds. Pace it out, guys. Don't go all out killing it with the first 10 seconds. It's not a sprint. It's a 40-second workout. It's a 40-second round. So pan it out pretty well. If you feel that you've got a lot left in you, use it for the round number 3. First 2 rounds are all about completing the entire round without a break, right? The third round, we go all out if you want to. There's no condition apply about what pace you go at as far as you finish the entire round without a single break in between. 6 minutes. The round is for, gotta make sure that you last for 6 minutes, all right? Keep going. Come on. 5 more seconds. And change. Squat jumps, squat hops. It's gonna get tougher, guys. The squat jumps don't get easy after high knees, and especially after an intense high knee, about 40 seconds. Your heart rate's up, your quads burning. Keep it going. If you cannot do the jump, squat, all right? Just squat. You can do 1 jump at a time. You could do 2 jumps at a time. And if you cannot even do that, then just what you gotta do is keep squatting. It's not easy, guys. The workout's for beginner to intermediate. And it's for people who are beginning their fitness journey or restarting the fitness journey, like what you see Phantom Boss is after 3 months. And change, let's go. Let's get into a bear crawl stance and then move to a high plank. And let's do this for 40 seconds, alternate knee drives up and down. There's no harm in restarting, no harm in showing that you are weak today, but what you gotta do is keep on grinding, keep that whole grind on for 11 days. Trust me, after the 11th day, you will feel much better than what you are today. And then we move on to the next series. And already we have a couple of series from the previous year that we've already recorded for intermediate, for beginners, for advanced. All the training level series are there. We've got 5 more seconds. Come on, Fan Boss. Keep it going. So what you're gonna do is just go onto the YouTube page of Royal Challenge Bangalore and pull those workouts out. And let's go. 40 seconds of high knees. This is round number 2. The last 4 minutes of today's workout left. This is day 2 for Bold is Fit. Keep it going, nice and slow, pace it out. Do not be in a rush. We've got 4 minutes to go. We've just started the round number 2, so we still got good amount of workout left. Don't go all out in the high knees. Do not go all out in the squat jumps. But gotta make sure that you last for 40 seconds each and every exercise. Last 5 seconds, then we move to squat jumps. 3, 2, 1, and change. Squat jump, squat hop, squat. 1 squat jump, continues, whatever you want to do. But you gotta keep moving for 40 seconds. Alright, but if you choose to do 1 jump, you gotta make sure that when you land, kind of like ease on your knees. Don't lock with your knees, or don't land with the locked knee because you might hurt your knee. Watch Phantom Boss when he's doing single jumps, he keeps his knee very loose, so the impact's on the glutes and quads, not on the joint. And if you're doing this, then you gotta keep doing multiple jumps at the same time. You could choose to do 3 jumps, 4 jumps and then break. Or you could just do a squat for the entire 40 seconds and change. The last bit of the workout for round number 2 is bear crawl stance to high plank for 40 seconds, alternate knee drives up and down. Keep it going. If you are struggling to do this, stay in a plank or stay in a bear crawl stance, but make sure that your hips are up in the air, your knees are up in the air, and your chest is pushing the ground away. Up, 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 come on. We've got just 20 more seconds, guys. Let's fight this together. Last 10 seconds. Count it up, and we'll finish. 5, 4, 3, 2, and break. And let's move on to the last bit of today's workout, and that is with high knees for 40 seconds in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. The last 2 minutes of today's workout, guys. So if you want to go all out, gun blazing at this round, go ahead, go as fast as you can. But again, do not compromise on the fact that you will have to break, or you have to stop, or you're not able to complete the round. We want you to move for the next 2 minutes, burn those calories out. All right, keep it going, keep it going. This is not a very tough movement to learn, but a tough movement to do it for a longer period of time. So just make sure you gotta keep driving your knees up and down, and move your arms front and back, and breathe. You gotta breathe. You've got 5 more seconds, buddy. Come on, let's go. And change to squat jumps for 40 seconds. This is the last bit of today's workout. This is day 2 for Match Fit. We will come back again tomorrow at the same time, bringing you a set of new workouts. The format pretty much remains the same, so you probably can get accustomed to it. Keep it going, keep it going. We've got 20 more seconds of squat jumps remaining, and then we move on to the last bit of today's workout, which is bear stands to plank stands for 40 seconds. Last 10 seconds of jumps, go all out. After this, you gotta stay in a plank. 3, 2, 1, and straight. Let's get into a plank hold and shift into a bear stance. Come on, let's go. Keep moving. If you are struggling to move, stay in the plank and breathe. Or you could probably stay in the bear stance and breathe, but make sure you don't drop your knees down. We don't want nobody to drop their knees down. Again, a pretty simple looking exercise, but it gets tougher as you prolong the duration of doing it. Come on. Last 10 seconds, buddy. Last 10 seconds for day 2, and we will all get done with this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's the end. That's the end of today's workout. That is Phantom Boss, and this is Coach Mogambo signing off from Match Fit. We will see you again tomorrow, same time, bringing you some fun workouts, tough ones. Gotta make sure that you hydrate, you gotta make sure you sleep well, get good amount of food, stay away from processed food, guys. That's the advice for today.